A day in the life of a Japanese home builder. This is Yuya, 25 years old, living in Tokyo, and he's just waking up for work. He lives in this 1K apartment, which is about 25 square meters, just around the average for a single residence Tokyo apartment, 27.4 square meters, or about 295 square feet. Although becoming less common these days in Japan, his apartment rent is partially covered by his company, a system called Jutaku Teate, house allowance. The average housing allowance in Japan being about $150 per month. That said, it does help that his company constructed the apartment building he is living in. Do you always eat
い
breakfast?
つも朝ごはん食べてます。
How long does it take you to get ready?
朝の準備はだいたいお風呂合わせて40分から50分ぐらいで終わります。
Yuya works as a home construction site manager, graduating from a 4-year university focused in architecture. In fact, he's been interested in architecture since he was in elementary school, so much so that he wrote it in his yearbook.
アレクサ、行ってきます。
Yuya's apartment is relatively far from the train station by Tokyo standards, so he usually takes a bus first to get to the train station and then rides a train to work. So this morning, instead of going to the office, he commutes directly to the construction site, which is often the case and why his commute times varies depending on the project. Good morning everyone, I'm back with another day in the life, and today we are building a house. Yuya should be coming on the next train. Let's see how he's doing this morning. Good morning.
おはようございます。
How did you sleep last night?
バッチリ寝れました。午後事務所に戻って事務処理する予定なんで眠くならないようにしっかりと寝てきました。
Yuya works at Daiwa House, one of the top home builders in Japan, building 7,000 homes each year with a total of about 17,000 employees throughout Japan. What's that?
これは K1 用紙になります。私の方から安全と作業の注意事項の方を書いて、今日する内容を職人さんに書いてもらいます。
KY stands for Kiken Yochi, Danger and Foresight. This form is commonly used on Japanese construction work sites to help prevent human errors like miscommunication or overexhaustion, as well as to promote a healthy and safe working environment.
おはようございます。入場の方お願いします。
Oh, it seems like more of the construction workers are arriving on site. They're all required to check in via facial recognition as well as to take their body temperature to verify that they're healthy enough to work. Now that all the workers have arrived, it's time for Chore, their daily morning meeting.
ラジオ体操第一背伸びの運動
Like many other traditional Japanese companies, the construction workers also have morning exercises called Rajo Taiso to warm up and prevent injury before their physical workday ahead. A little different than many companies though, is that this meeting is connected to the headquarters as well as other construction sites so the Daiwa workers can exercise at the same time all throughout Japan.
6. 問題はないこそ大問題。
As a part of the meeting, workers recite the company's philosophy. Then they silently close their eyes, think about their family and important things in their life as a reminder to work safely today.
動きもよし。
Followed up by a uniform inspection.
そうよし。
おはようございます。
しっかりですね、安全対策を取った上でですね
そしたらそれやります。本日の作業内容と安全注意事項の方をお願いします。
換気を十分にして、
At the construction site, there are also workers from other cooperative companies. So as a construction site manager, it's Yuya's responsibility to guide and communicate building plan requirements to each party so the house is built to specification each and every time.
ご安全に。
This current project is a 3-story home designed to be a tenant-occupied rental with the owner living on the top floor. 380 square meters of total living space on 132 square meters of land, all scheduled to complete within 4 months. After the morning meeting, the workers including Yuya start with a 10-minute cleaning. What about all the
う
garbage?
ちの現場ではゼロエミッションっていうのを目標に掲げてて、現場からゴミが出ないようにする施策をとってます。
Japan is already fairly strict on waste management, but Yuya's company takes it one step further. For example, they sort their waste into 19 recyclable categories. At the beginning of the day, he performs a walkthrough with the KY form, paying careful attention to the worker's health condition, helmets and safety equipment are being properly used, and tools and materials are properly kept. What's that?
フルハーネスといって足場に登るときにつけるものになります。
Since the workers will be using the scaffolding today, he inspects it beforehand to ensure it's safe to use as he's responsible for injuries that occur on site. So Yuya is a Nikkyu Kenchikushi, prefectural license certified second-class architect, which allows him to manage small housing construction. A first-class license would allow for larger construction projects such as Olympic stadiums, but would require passing a national qualifying exam where only about 10% of the applicants are able to pass. What are you doing now?
今はうちの施工品質基準にのっとって検査をしてます。
Throughout the day, Yuya performs Junkai, which is a regular site walkthrough to ensure all of the workers are completing each task to specification. Apparently, his company has strict and precise guidelines to produce high-quality homes, and each one undergoes 3 levels of inspection, one by him every day, then by his supervisor, and finally by the quality assurance team. Oh, he marked something. What was wrong?
ビスピッチも間隔が決まってるんで、ビスピッチが間違ってるとチェックをつけて職人さんに直してもらいます。
So what's your main responsibility?
自分がやる仕事は基本的に施工の管理なので QCD、SEM っていう風に6つの項目に分かれて管理をしてます。
QCD SEM stands for Quality, Cost, Delivery, Safety, Environment, and Morale. Where are you going now?
今10時になったんでこれから休憩します。
Nice, he's picking up drinks for everyone. Now he takes a 30-minute break with the workers. So construction work in Japan also has a dark history where many are overworked to the point of exhaustion. So it's his responsibility to ensure that everyone under his supervision gets enough rest. Isn't it hot in the summer?
もっと暑いです。
You guys don't use a fan?
あります。
この前の現場までは使ってたけど、今使ってない。涼しかったんで。
Now back to work.
ここが下がりになってて、ここはL 型に
What are you guys checking right now?
平面図に書いてあるものの仕様を確認してます。
Wow, this building plan has over 200 pages. It's also Yuya's responsibility to know every detail about the building plans so he can clarify any questions from the construction workers. What's this?
これは耐力ブレスといって地震だったりの横揺れを吸収するものになります。
This X-shaped structural brace is installed in all of their homes as Japan is ranked 4th in the world for having earthquakes. So earthquake-resistant building laws have been in place since 1924 and have been updated over the years, such as the Shin Taishin standard, requiring that all buildings must be able to withstand a stage 6 seismic event on Japan's 7-stage seismic scale. So what would happen if there was an earthquake right now?
建て方の工事が終わったらもう構造体は完成している状態なので今地震が来ても地震には耐える設計になってます。
Also, Japanese homes are often built right next to each other, so they must adhere to Japanese fireproofing laws. For example, they must be able to tolerate fire for at least 1 hour without collapsing, as well as contain inside fires from breaching outer walls and vice versa. Even pipes traveling between floors must be wrapped in a special fire retardant material, designed to melt during a fire, effectively sealing the hole and trapping the fire. So it looks like Yuya's going to be doing his inspection for a little bit longer, so while he's doing that, let's do our own inspection. Okay, look at this area, it looks like the garage. I guess they're using it as a temporary storage spot for building materials. Can I ask you a question? What are you doing now?
外のベランダ下の天井の仕上げ剤を取り付けてます。
Apparently, it's fairly detailed construction since the pattern is a bit complicated, so he has to be careful. Hi, what are you doing?
壁にボード貼ってます。台場が決めたルールにのって作業してます。
お昼休み取ります。おはい。
Yay, lunchtime! Today, he's decided to eat at a soba shop in the area. It looks like he's having one of their specialties, chicken nanban soba. Do you always eat alone?
コロナ禍になってからは一人で食べることが多いです。職人さんとおしゃべりする機会が減っちゃったので、それはちょっと悲しいですね。
I guess this is how life in Japan is these days. What's next after this?
これからお昼後の現場の巡視をして明日の作業内容を確認したら事務所の方に戻ります。
Before workers come back, he prepares a Sagyokan Renraku Chose, a specific form workers need to fill out to indicate what work needs to be done tomorrow, including the number of workers. Yuya is relatively young in the company, so he manages one project at a time, meaning he builds about 3 houses a year. But he continues to work hard and builds his skills with goals to be able to manage several buildings at a time.
さらに
What's your favorite part of your
や
job?
っぱりお客さんに実際に建物を引き渡して喜んでいただくのが一番嬉しいですね。
By the way, Yuya's company uses a prefabricated style of construction where the raw materials such as board and planks are pre-cut at the factory and delivered in exact quantities and then constructed all on site. This allows them to build consistent and high-quality homes in relatively shorter times with minimal waste. What's
これ
that?
は排水の通気弁になります。トイレとかの水を流した時にここから空気を取り込んで水の流れを良くするものです。
I get your flow. It's usually hidden behind the wall so you don't get to see it. What's that?
建物の断熱材になります。熱を逃がさない、また外から入ってこないようにするものになりますね。出ます。中島さん、自分帰りますね。
お疲れ様でした。
Oh, I guess Yuya's leaving for the office. How far is the office from the station?
駅からもう歩いてすぐです。もう見えます。
And it's probably no surprise that his company even built their own office building.
体温が正常です。
ただいまも出ました。お疲れ様です。お疲れ様です。
お疲れ様です。
Nice. His office works on a free desk system. So what do you need to do here?
これからメールのチェックと明日の作業の確認をしていきます。少しだけ溜まってると思います、今日は。
These days, he goes to the office only once a week, and when he does, he needs to get approval from the company. Apparently, this system started as part of their COVID prevention, but now it's become part of their labor reform initiative.
お世話になります。大和ハウス工業の石関です。
So while in the office, he also talks to vendors, fills out building forms, invoices, reviews change requests, basically taking care of general admin work.
そしたらちょっと外交工事についていくつか打ち合わせしたいことがあるんで、
Now he has a meeting with the designer to double check some items brought to light from today's site work. What's that?
お祝いのお酒です。今度上等の立ち会いがあるんで、それの準備で今用意してます。
Joto is a traditional Japanese ceremony held when the framework of a house is completed. Sake, salt, and rice are spread at the corners of the house to pray for safe construction as well as to cleanse and purify it.
でもこれは来てるでしょ。
Oh, it looks like he's getting advice from a senior coworker about his current project. So it looks like Yuya has a little bit more office work, so while he does that, let's go do what we do and explore this place. Hi, can I ask you a question?
大丈夫。
What are you doing right now?
住宅の図面描いてます。
Oh, you're a designer?
設計です。
How long have you been with the company?
まだね、3年目です。
What's this?
これは建て売りの住宅です。
How long did it take you to design and plan?
1年とか。
How many houses do you design in a year?
私の場合はまだ6棟とか。
Oh, look at this room. I wonder what they do here. Excuse me.
はい、こんにちは。
What's this room?
スマートコントロールセンターと言いまして建設現場にカメラを設置してここで全ての現場が見れるようなコントロールですね。
How many are there?
1100台ぐらいがついてますね。
I can see why they call it the Smart Control Center as it monitors all of their houses and buildings under construction using 360-degree cameras on site. Video is even archived so they can go back at any point in time. Are you always alone in this room?
いえ、この建設デジタル推進部っていう僕たち部署なんですけど180人ぐらいいます。
In fact, the morning meeting was held from this room. Huh, it says living salon. I wonder what this is. Hello, what's this
こ
place?
ちらはですね、大和ハウスで、お打ち合わせを行っていただくリビングサロンというショールームになっております。玄関の広さですとか、実際にこういった形で壁を動かしながらご体感をいただけるようになっています。
So in their showroom, customers planning to build new homes can physically check their space requirements using these moving walls. In Japan, space is generally tight, so every centimeter counts. At the same time, this space allows customers to preview building materials, configurations, and finishes. They've even got mini toilets! On the same floor but outside, their showroom has demo garden configuration so customers can experience it in natural sunlight. That's convenient. Do you still need to do something?
今日やること終わったんで、今日はもう帰宅します。お先失礼します。お疲れ様です。
Yay! Finally done for the day! On the way back home, he stops by his favorite bento
唐揚
shop.
げ弁当一つでお願いします。
Whoa, I guess he's having karaage for dinner. That looks amazing!
アレクサ、ただいま。
you always buy bentos at the shop?
だいたい週 2,3 回ぐらいはここの唐揚げ屋さんで買って夜ご飯食べてます。とても美味しいです。
Yuya says that before COVID, he often went out to dinner with his coworkers, but now he meets them online for a drink, which is scheduled for later tonight. So he has a bit more time before everyone gets online, so he works on one of his hobbies, photography. Oh wow, that looks so cool. Where did you take that?
これは渋谷のスクランブルスクエアの上から撮りました。お疲れ様です。乾杯。
Nice. I guess his work classmates are online now.
そう、最近あんまやってなかった。
Alright, it looks like Yuya's gonna be drinking until maybe 10 o'clock tonight, and then after that he'll probably go to sleep at 11. But this is pretty much a day in the life of a Japanese home builder. Let me know what you thought in the comments. If you guys like this video, like always, help me out and hit that like button. If you guys want to help support the channel, then definitely... This is a day in the life of a Japanese delivery person. This is Yasuho, 22-year-old living in Tokyo, and she's just waking up to start her day. She lives alone in this newly built 1K apartment, and like many Japanese, she prefers to take a bath at night just before she goes to sleep. Oh nice, she's sporting mop slippers. Yasuho, how long does it take you to wear makeup?
僕はだいたい10分から15分ぐらいはかかってます。
I guess she doesn't eat breakfast in her apartment. She commutes to work by bike, taking about only 10 minutes to get to the office. In fact, it's pretty rare in Tokyo for someone to live right next to the office, as most workers commute on average about 1 hour by train one way. Also, compared to other Japanese workers, her day starts a little earlier, so living nearby is ultra convenient. Yasuho works as a delivery person at Sagawa Express, one of the largest transportation companies in Japan, with more than 50,000 employees spread across 400 offices throughout the country. Alright, so Yasuho should be coming around the corner right now. Let's see how much she slept this morning. Good morning. What time did you go to sleep last night?
10時ぐらいに寝ました。
Oh, she's changed into her Sagawa uniform, looking sharp. What did you just buy?
朝ごはんのクッキーとポカリスエット買いました。
Okay, she's eating a chocolate chip cookie for breakfast. Pocari Sweat is a popular sports drink in Japan. This is the go-to drink when Japanese want to quickly get hydrated. So this is the main Sagawa shipping terminal in the Tokyo area, and where all shipments are sorted every morning. She needs to pick up the boxes which go to her specific delivery area and load them into her microvan. Yasuho, what's in your pocket?
ハンコと必要な時に使うバッグ。
So every delivery person carries a name stamp with a date on it to mark delivery slips and other documents. It's a huge space to work, so communicating effectively between workers is important. Right now, she's sorting out smaller packages by address so it's easier to deliver.
3本食わないと働けない
いつものルーティンみたいな。ありがとうございます。
What did he just give you?
お菓子もらいました。お菓子。
Oh, and that's her manager. It looks like they're going over material regarding new Sagawa services. So every morning before she starts, they actually clean the car, which is quite interesting, right? You can see how clean it is. So the company has a rule that drivers like Yasuho can't start deliveries until their van is completely cleaned. That explains why I never see a dirty Sagawa delivery truck in Tokyo. In fact, workers cleaning at the office or students cleaning at school is fairly common in Japanese culture. It highlights the importance of your surroundings and being responsible for your own good. Now that the delivery van is clean, he's able to load the boxes for her delivery area. Where are you going now?
これから車を出すための出庫点呼に行ってきます。
To start the process, every morning she fills out a handwritten form with all of her details on it.
注文点呼お願いいたします。社員番号709-6614係細田そうです。出勤が7時1分。
So what she's doing now is called Tenko. The company must ensure that all drivers are safe to be on the road. In order to do this, every driver needs to report their health condition as well as perform a breathalyzer test. And finally, read the safety driving rules in front of an inspection staff.
できます。
Wow, it seems like Sagawa performs a lot of safety checks before they can get on the road. Damn, she even has more checks. Does every delivery company in the world do this? Now that Yasuo has picked up all of her packages at the main Tokyo terminal, she's headed to a smaller distribution hub for a specified area. Before she starts delivering packages, she stops by this area delivery hub and picks up this special Sagawa cart. She loads the boxes from the van and then pushes the cart to each delivery spot. She basically repeats this process until her van is completely empty of boxes.
あ、それの残りの2個口のやつ持ってきました。サインもらっても大丈夫ですか？便利。すいません、ありがとうございました。
Now she's delivering the remaining smaller packages.
おはようございます。お荷物どちら置きますか？すいません、ありがとうございます。どうもご苦労様です。
What's that?
これは PDT です。お客様がサインを書いたりとか、あと荷物を集める際に使ったりして、お客様がオンラインでお荷物が今どこにあるのかとか分かるために使ってます。
So she's currently assigned to the Nihonbashi area, which is known to have many apparel wholesale facilities, so she delivers not only to regular houses, but to many apparel shops and businesses.
はい、すいません、ありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。
Why do you always say thank you
い
twice?
つも2回言ってます。なんか癖で荷物受け取ってもらった時と最後出る時に2回言ってます。
In Japan, streets are relatively safe, especially from theft, which you'll notice a bit more throughout this video. But she's still careful to lock her cart during deliveries.
こんにちは、佐川急便です。お荷物、はい、お続けにどちら置きますか？
So she's been working as a delivery person for about 6 months. So she's fairly new to her job. She says that she likes it because she gets to communicate with customers every day, and having trusted relationships with them gives her motivation.
すみません、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございました。
So what's the hardest part of working as a delivery person?
結構一日歩いたりするので、その分筋肉痛になったりとかしちゃって、でも力がついた分体が健康になったので肩こりとかなくなって。
Yay! She finally finished all of her deliveries. That wasn't so bad. So, what are you gonna do now?
これからご飯に行きます。
Her PDT device works as a time card as well, so she clocks off during lunch. You have to change during your lunch break?
そうなんです。ご飯行くときは この下の佐川の制服のままご飯に食べに行くのがダメなので、上にみんな何か羽織ってご飯に食べに行きます。
Ah, I guess that's why I never see Sagawa workers eating out. Makes so much sense now. So she's meeting up with some of her senpais for lunch. Senpai is a Japanese word used for senior colleagues and mentors.
いつものいけそうですよね。
So, how long have you been working at Sagawa?
10年弱ぐらい。
What's your favorite part of this job?
みんな仲良く横のつながりでやってるのを和気あいあいでやる感じで楽しいです。
How about you?
人と接して仕事ができるですね。
Have you ever had trouble with foreign customers having to use English?
配達普通に僕らが業務する中では別にそこまで必要ないんですけど、やっぱりここら辺に観光客とかもいて、
道を聞かれます。Google。
So they often go to this Japanese izakaya drinking restaurant together. Izakayas are usually frequented in the evening, but many open for businesses during lunchtime to serve affordable set menu items like this place.
ごちそうさまでした。
Alright, so we're just back for lunch, and she actually has a longer lunch than usual. It's about an hour and a half. Usually people only have an hour break, but I guess they have longer break times here because you're just like tired of walking around all morning probably. One thing though, I'm so glad it's not raining today because it would be a total mess to try to film this. But if it did rain, this is the waterproof uniform. It also covers up the bag and device, and if she wants, it can convert to short sleeves. So her afternoon task is to visit clients to perform sales activities. Time to suit up again.
ちょっと時間が空いたので集荷するまでに営業に行ってきます。
So she goes back out on the same route to approach some clients.
外に置いてある7個口の荷物、発送の荷物。そうです。あ、実は佐川急便チャーターっていうシステムの輸送。
So Sagawa now has a charter shipping service where you can purchase a full pallet and send anything you want as long as it fits. It's a useful service when you have lots of stuff or large items.
ありがとうございます。
Now she goes back around on the same delivery route and picks up outgoing packages and does more sales for new services. When she sees a package laying in front of the store all alone like this, it indicates a new pickup. She checks for the Sagawa label. If so, she collects the package, provides the customer with a delivery receipt, and then creates a delivery label on her device. Fortunately for the sender and the delivery person, leaving unattended packages in front of the store is relatively safe in Japan. So basically we're walking around right now picking up all of the packages from different clients. Her neighborhood is set, so she goes around kind of like on a set path. But if she wanted to, she can actually pick up different packages from different locations.
こんにちは、佐川急便です。お世話お願いします。ありがとうございました。
She now takes up the picked up packages and loads them into a waiting delivery truck. She says her job is very teamwork focused, which she loves, and in between deliveries, she enjoys chatting with her coworkers.
楽しいです。チームプレー感がすごいです。
Where are you headed now?
あ、もうここから帰ります。
Now that she's done with her delivery task for her assigned area, she has to head back to the main office. Wow, she's doing another safety check even in a public parking space. Amazing! It seems like a lot of Sagawa drivers are back as well. After she brings the van back, she needs to perform a final tenko. By law, these records are kept for 1 year.
じゃあ、点呼お願いいたします。社員番号709661、評価2係細田ですです。お疲れ様です。
So before she leaves today, she also has to do quite a bit of administrative tasks. So let's see what she has to do.
今、点呼終わって、あとは入金。
So basically, she needs to take care of the cash accounting as well. For example, cash on delivery transactions she received today, as well as parking fees she's paid. Yay! Finally done! Do you have any plans after this?
それから今日の夕飯の買い物に行きます。お疲れ様
she's stopping by a supermarket on the way back. Wow, it's pretty massive comparatively speaking for Tokyo terms. You're not buying so much?
家にちょっと材料があるので、いただきます。
Yasuho, what did you cook?
これはジャーマンハニーです。
Many younger generations these days just buy food at the convenience store to take home and eat, but Yasuho likes to cook and it's cheaper and healthier. So she just finished taking a bath. She has about an hour free time before she goes to bed. She goes to bed at 10 o'clock. But that's pretty much a day in the life of a Japanese delivery person. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If you guys want to see what I'm doing on the daily, then